In today's world, organizations expect their purchases to be delivered on time and in full, no matter what. But process inefficiencies get in the way. And without knowing what these are, where they happen, and how to fix them, achieving expectations is almost impossible. Celonis Execution Management Platform applies real-time process intelligence to the data in your systems to find inefficiencies, and drive automated actions to fix them, powered by data and intelligence. Here's how it works for procurement. Let's jump into the role of our head of procurement, Tom. Here Celonis tracks the company's performance across 1.2 million purchase order items, and across $2.7 billion net order volume, giving Tom a real-time overview of how procurement is doing in the areas he cares about most. Each area is measured with a key metric, for example, on-time in full rate, which is worrying for Tom as it is trending downwards. This OTIF measures the percentage of orders that are shipped on time in full, meaning the customer gets everything they ordered, on the day they expected to receive it. Low values for the OTIF rate result in low supply reliability. Taking into consideration past performance and best-in-class benchmarks, Celonis estimates a savings potential of $4 million here. Hence, Tom directs his analyst, Eleonora, to take a closer look. Our analyst, Eleonora, investigates the procurement process to find the root cause of our low OTIF rate. To analyze the process, Celonis extracts digital footprints in real time from the source systems to render a full digital twin of the procurement process. With this X-ray of our process, we can track PO items from the creation of the purchase requisition item to clearing the invoice. However, these are only the most common process steps. When adding the next most frequent steps, we discover a deviation from our standard process, which is that the delivery due date passed before we receive the ordered goods, resulting in late deliveries. Those late deliveries alone occur over 80,000 times. As we continue to increase our view to include every path PO items could take, we see an ocean of inefficiency emerge. This is the true complexity of how most global businesses run, caused by a rigid and fragmented IT landscape. But how can we make sense of this complexity? Leveraging our data and artificial intelligence, Celonis identifies execution gaps automatically and in real time. Remember the late deliveries from before? The potential benefit sums up to almost $1.8 million for late deliveries alone, as Celonis informs us in our execution gap overview. That's almost 40% of the $4.9 million in total improvements we could make by reducing late deliveries. To start realizing this potential, we should predict and update the lead times. But let's take it one level deeper, to really understand how Celonis knows this. On the left, we can see how these late deliveries lead to the enormous financial impact of $1.4 million. Delayed deliveries of direct procurement materials result in the need to build up expensive inventory buffers, which greatly increase inventory holding costs. Clearly, the deliveries that arrive later than 4 days than our tolerance impose the biggest potential impact. Analyzing late deliveries in more detail on the right, Eleonora discovers that the vendor KIGM, with almost 9 days late on average, is costing us more than $670,000 alone. Cases like this tell us that internal planning parameters do not align with the actual supplier lead time. This leads to inaccurate planning, so Eleonora quickly asks the procurement team lead to update lead times. We just went from the highest level business objective, increasing productivity, to finding the lowest level inefficiency in only a couple of clicks. This is exactly what makes the EMS so powerful. But Eleonora shouldn't have to do an exhaustive search of everywhere late deliveries occur. And she doesn't have to. That's where Celonis action flows come in. This action flow analyzes each new POS in real time, and compares it against millions of historical POS on the fly to find the ones that involve late deliveries. If there is not a consistent delay, a data specialist in the loop is included to contact the vendor. If the model identifies a consistent delay, the planning parameters in the underlying source system are automatically updated. With this smart business logic, employees can focus on activities where their attention is really required, inconsistent late deliveries for which their expertise is needed for approval. Together, this eliminates unnecessary late deliveries for the entire company, boosting our supply reliability. Having automated most of the POS with a predicted delay, let's see how our operational staff is working on the ones where they need to make a decision. Robert, our master data specialist, logs into Celonis and sees a task inbox where all relevant tasks are collected. In the past, Robert's work queue looked like everyone else's, a combination of FIFO and fire drills. Now, Robert is presented with a prioritized list of items that require his attention. So Robert's expertise is needed, and when selecting one task, like this late deliveries here, Celonis provides him with all necessary context to take action based on his knowledge and experience with just one click, right in Celonis. Through this radical prioritization, Robert can guarantee that he is reliably performing his work in pursuit of the organization's goals. So let's recap. We have seen how Tom, our head of procurement, has an end-to-end real-time overview of his supply reliability performance. Next, Eleonora discovered root causes like the vendor KGIM with an average delay of almost 8 days, and set up an action flow to tackle this inefficiency in the future. Finally, we saw how Robert always works on the most relevant tasks to get our OTIF rate back on track. Let's fast forward 3 months. As Tom can see, we were able to really impact the OTIF rate. It went from costing $4 million to $2.6 million, and is now even below the initial target. The Celonis EMS helped Tom drive operational excellence by acting as a transformation platform that uncovers execution gaps in real time and acts upon them through automation. From here on, Tom can aim for more ambitious targets or focus on other business objectives.